have 4 patients that I oversee. One with obsessive compulsive disorder, the other one with bipolar disorder, the third one with this dissociative identity disorder, and the last one with paranoid personality disorder. The first patient I go to see every day suffers severe paranoia and shows cardinal symptoms of personality disorder.
What are you doing in here?
So tell me, what's the lie?
My daughter, she locked me up here. She thinks I'm insane. I'm not.
No, you're not.
Really not. It's all Mr. Otto's fault. Across the street. If only he'd stopped.
Who's Mr. Otto? My patient with obsessive compulsive disorder rarely ventures outside of his room. He spends most of his time in isolation. I need your help.
With?
What you did. Those that suffer bipolar disorder go through alternating manic and depressive phases. I wonder which I will see today. Why don't you start with how you feel today?
I don't want to be here.
Well, these sessions are mandatory.
I don't mean that. I mean, I don't want to be here, like, in this world, alive. I mean, it's one of those days, you know? Like, I don't want to get up out of bed. I can't eat. I don't want to do anything but sleep. And I don't feel like doing anything.
Every day at 5 a.m., I wake up, brush my teeth with an orange toothbrush, take a cold shower with the knob turned all the way down, and then I sit. I run to the park, just 5 miles away from my home. I sit on the bench, not too much to the right, not too much to the left, just perfectly in the middle. I sit and stare at the tree in front of me. For the past 10 years, this same thought has come to me every 5 days.
I complete daily visits with my patient. Her dissociative identity disorder manifests in 4 distinct personalities. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
You already know who this is. Johnny showed up at my house the other day. He was wearing that ugly green shirt I detest.
I look in the mirror and I feel ugly. I feel worthless. I'm filled with so much pity, self-pity, and guilt.
Guilt.
Yeah, guilt.
I told him to stop. I was never anything but nice to him. You have to understand. I was never anything but nice to him. All he would do was terrorize my cat, and I asked him to stop, but he just wouldn't, and I don't understand.
Why were you so bothered by it?
Because he looks like an ugly frog with it. He knows I hate that shirt and he still wore it.
Do you not love him anymore?
I don't know, I just can't stand to look at him anymore. Everything he does just annoys me. Like just the other day, he was just sitting there, chewing gum, popping his gum, and I felt like I could pop him in his mouth any second. I don't know.
I knew something had to be done about it. I knew something had to be done about it. I knew something had to be done about it. I knew something had to be done about it. I knew something had to be done about it.
And now I feel numb.
Can you tell me exactly what happened?
He was mean.
Something about the way he looked at me was just wrong. Every time he looked at me, he was hateful, and I couldn't. I think he was a Wiccan. I never saw him go to church on Sundays or anything.
It was like a monster. He was trapped inside of a monster, and he couldn't help himself.
You can't live normally when you work at a place like this. Everyone is constantly a threat. Every patient is both your victim and your enemy.
Do you have some candy? I really want some candy.
No, I don't. So tell me, how have you been?
I've been good.
Can Can we fast forward a little?
On the 5th day of the 5th month, it began.
One day I got fed up. I'm tired of people always abusing me.
Did you know he was in the house?
What do you mean?
What did he do to you?
One day, he took me out hunting. He said it'd make a man out of me or whatever. And I remember walking through the trees, and he said, look ahead. And I looked ahead, and it was a deer.
It was not the old man I felt I had to kill. It was just 3 eyes I needed to get rid of.
I told you I got fed up, but it's all his fault. He would always threaten my cat, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't stand to see him terrorize my cat for one more day. It was...
I stood quite still for a whole 15 minutes. I did not move.
I think I killed Johnny.
How?
And he looked at me, and he slapped the shit out of me and said, "You're nothing but a disappointment." And kept cursing at me, and just like that twig, I snapped too.
So you had to kill him.
I didn't kill him.
I woke up with Johnny next to me one day, and he was in his pool, in his own blood. I had a knife in my hand, but I don't remember getting up at night to go pick up a knife or anything.
I had to kill him. 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 I had to kill him.
At first I got frightened, and then he turned around, and the monster was in his eyes. I could see the monster in his eyes, and I pulled the trigger. That's when I knew that I killed the beast.
He just... Have you ever had someone that just hated you so much?
Yes, I have.
They were warning shots. They weren't supposed to kill him. And then my daughter comes and tells me that apparently he wasn't threatening my cat or whatever. She thinks I'm insane, but I'm not. I know I'm not. And she's the one that put me in here.
I had to kill him. 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 I had to kill him.
And that was it. I felt nothing after that. And I continued to have this numb feeling because it was done.
And you're probably gonna lock me up too. You're the devil. Get out now. Now. Get out now. Get out.
Have you told anyone about this besides me?
No, you're the first person, doctor. I like you.
I had to kill him.
Sedate him,
I had to
please.
kill him.
What's your emergency?
I did it. I killed him. I just killed one of my patients.
He looks like an ugly frog with it. Like, he knows I hate that. Sure. So, hold on.
You to tell me. I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss it. Today.
I don't want to be here. Can we start over here?